Hello, welcome back to episode 131 of Come Lose It with Matt Duncan. This is the Hidden Podcast. You know I don't promote this thing, I leave it out there. I throw a lure into the wind and see which kind of bass I can bring in, or pike, or sunfish, or a big jumbo perch. And you know what, guys? Sometimes it works. Sometimes it works. Shout out to Ryan Bonner, who just reached out to me via my Come Lose It email. If you ever need to send me something, if you have any questions, if you have any responses, this is the second time. I've had a cousin reach me through this way too, just by Googling me, somehow getting to the Come Lose It podcast into my Gmail to check in and see what's up. So shout out to him. It's someone I went to high school with, someone that I started my acting career with, someone that I trained at Second City. We were just young teenagers taking the bus downtown from Aurora, Ontario to the Big Smoke. And we started doing improv. That was where it all began. That's where the fun, the joy of being a kid performing is so rich. And there's an aura around it. And then all of a sudden it just started, you get the rest of the business, it just creeps in and you learn about all this other shit and, oh, you should go to LA and, oh, you can't make it here. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. But, you know, and then auditions, you don't realize that auditions, it's like they take a pint of blood every time you have an audition into your late 30s and 40s. It's just every time I have to do an audition, I want to throw my head through the computer. I think I'm done. I don't know if I can do it anymore, guys. I don't know if I can do the auditions anymore. I've got one coming up. It's been very dead. More dead than last year for commercials. As I remind you, we are still in a commercial lockout, a union lockout. 3.5 years. Could you imagine if this was happening in the United States of America right now? If this was happening to SAG? What the fuck? 3.5 years? Do you think they'd let that shit go on? You think that shit would be going on? No, it would definitely not. And I'm not just like blaming the union for not figuring this out. But we are at 3.5 fucking years. Something has got to bend here, either their side or our side. And if our side bends how they want us to, then we're not making a living anymore. This becomes a little hobby after our day job, flipping burgers or whatever our very minuscule amount of education can get us out in the workforce. That's what we'd be agreeing to, and we can't do it for the future generations of actors and for the profession of acting in this country. If it is to continue and exist past all this AI shit that is also going to be taking jobs away from us, then there has to be some financial benefit to acting. And I think there's a lot of great actors in this country, in this city. They deserve to be paid. And they deserve to be able to focus their career fully on that. Now, it's something that I've struggled with over the years, fully giving in to the acting. And now I'm starting to, it does feel like an epilogue in a lot of ways to me. And that's fine. 20 years is a long time to have a fucking agent. 20 fucking years. So I don't know what that... With that, I don't know. It's just, I always get a little touchy this year because it's a boring time of year. It's like it's the sports hiatus. There's no basketball, there's no hockey, but it's starting up. It's getting close, so you're starting to get that itch again. But thankfully, the Premier League is back, the English Premier League, which I am a fan of now, going into my second season supporting Newcastle, and it has been a fucking shit show for that team this summer. It has been a fucking shit show. They have a star player who does not want to play for them, who wants to play for the first place team, and he has 3 years left on his contract, and he is refusing to play. Well, this will all come to an end on Monday because the transfer window, which is like we refer to here as the trade deadline, is on Monday, and it will expire, and he will either go to Liverpool, the most stacked team in the fucking world, or he will be stuck in Newcastle. And then what's he going to do? Is he just going to, he'll get suspended, I think, if he doesn't play. And I mean, we've scored 2 games out of 3 so far. We haven't been able to score a goal. 2 0-0 ties which really fucking sucks. One came today against Leeds. And it's been tough. Like, you can see the efforts there, but we don't have a striker. We have another guy that's supposed to be our young hot shot, just got a red card, so he's suspended for 3 games. And then we got some, like, German guy coming in. He'll be playing in the next game. Exciting to see that. He's 6'6". It's like Woltengrada or something. I got to figure out how to say his name. But he's huge, and apparently he could be a really exciting addition for the Newcastle, the Megs, the fucking Toon Army. So that's what's going on there, just really enjoying it, though. I will say, like, I've fallen off with basketball. As you know, I used to produce a basketball podcast, the Toronto's Raptors podcast, Confederacy of Dunks, archived on the podcatchers if you want to listen to some of the old episodes from 2014 to 2022. As I said, when we moved over to Raptors Republic, who fucking knows where those episodes are? Freddie told me that they might be gone or something. They've changed ownership and blah, blah, blah. So the stuff that we did, now, yes, I do have copies myself. I've thought about adding it to our archive, but I just don't think it. Nobody wants to go back and listen to. There's like 2 episodes maybe when they won the championship, maybe our Kyle Lowry episode that we produced nicely, which was when he left the team. But you don't want to, like, just going back and hearing people talk the current state of whatever date that is. Nobody fucking goes back and listens to that shit. Nobody does. Unless it's some kind of hot take that fucking came into fruition. Anyway, we're moving on. Did you know that periods in Gmail addresses are bullshit? Did you fucking know that? I have had a Gmail address probably, ever since I gave up the old Hotmail after college. So probably like 20 years. And I have a very common name, as you know, Matt Duncan, and it's hard to get that kind of an email. And with Gmail, I had to throw in a period or something. And I swear I had to put in that period to make it work, to make my first middle name and last name work in my Gmail account. And then somebody emailed me to that account, which isn't even my main account anymore, but I noticed that there wasn't a period in the address. It was just my full name. And I'm like, I fucking had to Google it. I had to talk to the fucking AI. And sure enough, nobody really knows this, but yes, Gmail does not recognize periods in your email address. So if you got a period in there, you don't have to keep telling people about it. You can just say, if it's like Matt.Duncan, I can just say Matt Duncan at Gmail, and you can just type that in, and it's going to go to me. Why I swear. And I just saw, like, the friend Ryan, I noticed it too. My old friend Ryan, he just emailed me to the podcast of the show, and he has a period in his Gmail, and he's like, he doesn't fucking know. I bet he doesn't know. He doesn't have to put that period anymore. Just fucking weird. It's weird. I don't know. Like, did you guys want to hear Gmail content? Was that something that you guys wanted? I'll tell you. I've been thinking about getting some under desk equipment, but I mentally think it's too fucked up. Like getting one of those like under your desk treadmills. I already have a standing desk, an automated standing desk that I use all the time. It's fucking amazing. If you are into the standing desk world and you want the standing desk, you have to get the power operated ones, not this like crank shit, not the stand that my wife made me a beautiful wood one, but it's too much of a pain in the ass. It takes up so much space. You just need a button that goes up, button that goes down, and it's fantastic. You can sit, you can stand within 10 seconds. So so it's like, oh, should I get the under the desk treadmill to walk? I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could work and walk at the same time. I feel like it's like I'll be combating some of the same issues I had as a drummer in high school when I just like couldn't multitask certain things. I could feel it, I could feel like I had a really hard time keeping beats on different feet and blah, blah, blah. Fuck it. So that's just something I thought about, but I don't think I'm going to do it. Don't worry, guys. I don't think I'm going to do it. Windows 10 is coming to an end. Can you believe it? Over 50% of people using PCs still have Windows 10 and they do not want to change, so much that they're soft pushing you away from Windows 10 with security updates. And I have a 13-year-old work computer. Okay. I'm a Mac user, my personal computer. It's very new. And my work, I don't want to replace the work one unless I really have to. I'm in a bit of flux right now. I don't know where I'm going to be in the next year. Am I going to need a PC? I don't want to buy a new one if I don't need it. So I'm going to extend it for that year. Apparently, all you have to do is just back up to the cloud, back up to the Windows cloud. I have lots of space. So I just backed up my computer. Apparently that will do it. Give me another year of security updates for free. And then we'll see where we are then. You know, if I'm still working on a PC, I'll buy a new one. And then it'll all be backed up and it'll be an easy transfer of power, right? I guess I should be backing up a 13-year-old computer. I don't know why I haven't thought about doing that, but I have now. Okay? The last thing in the opening turd I want to talk about before we move to the fitness update. What happened to the baskets at grocery stores? Have you noticed that? I don't know if you live in Ontario, if you live in like the greater Toronto area, maybe even Toronto itself, or around. Maybe it's just the whole province. I don't know. But I've been going to some grocery stores. I go to some different ones. Sometimes I go to the cheap place. Sometimes I do the Walmart. Sometimes I do the Food Basics. And the Food Basics, let me tell you, they don't have a fucking basket in sight. There are no baskets. Zero. So you got to get the cart. You got in their back putting the fucking coins in. The fucking coins. Nobody has change anymore, guys. Nobody carries change all the fucking time. We got to get the card out. So fucking frustrating. And I love a basket, you know, but of course it's like, yeah, apparently people are stealing them left and right and stores don't want to replace them anymore. I didn't realize that they were such a hot thing, these baskets. Because you got to like go back, like, I don't know. Like, are they useful? I guess they're useful for other things. Like, I bought those yellow ones from No Frills once. I've got these like fucking Lego block baskets from No Frills that are humongous. That I guess they got a lot of use. I guess the hard basket gets a lot of use. Why not steal one? So they're not replacing them anymore. So now they're like, yeah, fuck it. With all this shrinkflation, with all the fucking prices going up on the food, let's make them fucking use carts so that they can fit a lot more shit in. Because a lot of the time you're like, well, I got the cart. I guess I'll get a case of this or a case of that, right? Those motherfuckers. This is the time they do it, eh? Very quietly. Nobody's talking about the baskets being gone. Notice, so you know what I do? You know how I fucking fight back, folks? I bring my own fucking baskets and I load her up in the aisles. No one's approached me yet. If there's a big fucking problem, they can see me on the camera. If I walk out with everything, I check out. I might as well, we do everything at the grocery stores now. We might as well pay the employees. I might as well sign their fucking payroll slips. I'm getting tired of it.
Fitness update.
Okay, let's get to the fitness update. I've been trying to work out early and I haven't been able to, but I did buy a gimmick to get me going. I love a good workout gimmick, and I'll tell you what I bought. Okay, so I bought dice, right? So that's two dies. And they're big foam things. One of the die has a bunch of exercises on it, 5 with one side being a wild card. So like push-ups, squats, lunges, jumping jacks. I think I'm missing one. All kind of stuff that you don't need weights for. And then the other die is all like 30 reps or 60 reps or 30 seconds or 20, you know, like how much of your set you're going to be doing. And I enjoyed it. I've used them a couple times. Sometimes I'll just use one if I know that I'm like, I want to work out and do chest and back or like arms and legs. Like I usually split it up. Then I'll just use one for like the reps or something like that. Or even just for a warm up, just to like get the blood flowing. I don't know. Using the gimmick dice. Check out my Amazon. No, I don't have a fucking, I tried to do that Amazon store thing a long time ago and it just didn't work. And they kind of like, if you don't start selling shit, they ban you for a while. They're like, you can try again in like a year or something. I can't remember the exact timeline, but yeah, it was a bit, I didn't do well. I fell for the, what is it? The Pinterest scam, where everybody's like posting Amazon products with affiliate links to Pinterest. Who goes shopping in Pinterest for shit? Do people do that? I've never even used it, and I felt ridiculous doing it. But I still have a store up if you want to check it out. Maybe I will get some money. Okay, it's called Duncan Fines Product Market. Duncan Fines Product Market. Okay, it's a play on Duncan Hines Produce Market. It's a ketchup joke. It's a huge, huge ketchup joke. Someone used to call me that in grade 7. I've had a lot of nicknames. Duncan gets you a lot of fucking nicknames. And the first person to call me Dunkin' Donuts was Mr. Milne in like grade 2. And you know who he was the gym teacher of later in life? Connor fucking McDavid. Yes, that's true. In Newmarket, that was Connor McDavid's gym teacher. So if I ever met Connor, I'll be like, Mr. fucking Milne. He'd be like, holy shit. Everybody loved Mr. fucking Milne. But teachers never remember me. Even like 2 years after leaving a high school, they or leaving like junior high or leaving elementary school, they don't remember me. Like he would be like, you call me Dave or something. I remember I'd see him at like area meets and track and field, and I was like, God damn it! We had this other like this weird music teacher in junior high, and a fucking year after leaving, he didn't remember who the fuck I was. Like, I had no idea. And I was like, whoa. I thought that my saxophone playing stood out. So the other thing I'll say about the fitness update is that I did try fasting again, and I had a horrible time. Now, I don't know. We were getting these meals, pre-made meals from a connection through my father-in-law. They ended up being not great, and we stopped doing them. Overall, we did enjoy them, and they were about $25 a meal for 2 people, which some of it felt, okay, but like 1 out of 6 of those meals was okay. So we stopped, and I don't know. I was fasting at the time, and I was getting like crazy, like intestinal cramping and stuff. It was nuts. I did it for 3 straight days, and like I was feeling so crappy. I shouldn't have jumped right back into a 16-hour fast. I should have started at 14 and then worked my way back up, because it is hard on your system. And if you're not drinking enough water and stuff, it's just like it's fucking useless. So I think want to get back there, but I'm just trying to take it easy, and like I'm really not into drinking and stuff. So that's a big thing. We're not eating as much sugar. We've like really dropped a lot of the sugar out of the house, and I think that's really having an effect on us. We're both losing some weight, which is good, and that's where we are there. Let's get to the health news.
Health news. News that is health related.
Okay, so are you guys ready? I just got one topic to talk about. This could be a real quick pod today. This could be real quick because this is the end of August. The next podcast I'm going to do is going to be at my wife's cottage. We're going to take it on the road. I've done one before. You've heard me record there years ago. So we're going to be up there for a week in a couple weeks, and I'm going to record the pod up there, and we're going to have a good fucking time. Probably just be me talking. I don't know if I'm going to get my wife. Maybe I will get my wife on the mic for the first time. Wouldn't that be exciting? Maybe I will. Who knows? But with this health topic I want to talk about is like fucking Demon Walk. The Demon Walk method. Have you heard of it? Demon Walk. Okay, so it's called the 666 method, and I think that's, it's not gonna float well in the south of America. They're not gonna like to call it that. They might like to do the 666 walking method, but they ain't gonna, they're gonna just be feeling that. That's all they're gonna hear is like fucking, oh my God. So they're gonna be talking in the Sunday church about Camille ain't here because she did the 666 walking method the other week. We've lost her. We've lost Camille. God, we pray to bring her back. We pray that she just does something else. Do the Subway diet. I'll take a pedophile's diet over the 666 demon. Oh my God, the 666 demon walk. So what it is the method is 60 minutes of brisk walking, 6 days a week at 6 p.m. or a.m. with a 6-minute warm up and cool down with 6 carrot sticks and 6 salt. No, there's nothing with the diet, just 60 minutes, 6 days a week, 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. Research backs the reported benefits of this routine for weight loss, fitness, and heart health. Instead of worrying too much about the numbers, experts recommend walking consistently. Now, this is one of those TikTok, Reddit challenges that people are starting to do. Obviously, this comes from the dark side. And, there's something, Dr. Libby Richards, you know her, the PhD, the registered nutritionist from the Purdue University School of Nursing. She said there's something about the number-based challenges that really appeals to people. That's true. I love number-based stuff. The 5-2 diet. Oh, I sound like Jiminy Glick. I've been seeing some Jiminy Glick clips. I don't want to get sidetracked with my ADHD, but there's been a lot of like him interviewing Steve Martin. So break it down. 666 walking routine, 60 minutes, 6 times a week. What does the science suggest? It offers some health benefits. You might be wondering if there's any solid evidence. Here's what the research and experts have said. So the timing, sticking to 6 a.m. or p.m. There's nothing fancy about it. It's just an easy time of day, usually where you can put aside an hour for walking, right? You start a walk at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., you're done, and your warm up and everything else. You're going to be able to get that in. 6 p.m., you're probably going to have dinner around that time. You might be hungry. You might do the walk before dinner. Now, some research suggests that walking on an empty stomach, such as early in the morning, may help increase fat burn. However, other studies have found that walking right after eating, like following dinner, can support weight loss, improve digestion, and help regulate blood sugar. I hear there's lots of seniors that like to go walking after they eat and fart. I hear that that's a big thing for older people. They go for a walk after dinner and just shit themselves on the walk. Duration, 60 minutes a day is a worthwhile goal. It can help you meet the recommended 150 minutes or 75 minutes of exercise per week. Any amount of brisk walking, especially an hour of it, can enhance cardiovascular health, strengthen bones, boost muscle strength and endurance. And, as we talked before, 7,000 steps is all you need. An hour brisk walk, you're probably going to get that in, no problem. The routine also helps with weight loss as long as you're not consuming more calories than you burn. Of course, it always comes to a calorie fucking deficit, doesn't it? The warm up and cool down. So let's talk about that. The 666 method emphasizes warming up and cooling down, both of which are backed by science. Warming up gradually increases heart rate and blood flow to the muscles, which can help prevent strains and sprains. I'm at the age now where my shit gets fucked up. I run with my dog sometimes down the hill and I'm taking him for a walk. I fucked up. I could feel it in my knee. I was like, God damn it. I can't just run like a fucking kid running around the streets like when you're fucking 12 years old. Just fucking, I wonder how many calories we were burning as kids without even thinking about it, without it being a goddamn fucking job to do. It was just like, we biked like 18 kilometers a day. Didn't give a shit. And then we went home and like ate a bag of chips. Oh man, do you mind if I have a little sip? I'm on these like new electrolyte powders. Stevia, no aspartame. It looks like a little pixie stick, and you put it in the water. It's got a nice berry taste. We're crazy about them. They're all natural, organic. You can get them at like health food stores, whatever. In the end, I'll just say don't concentrate too much on the numbers. While the 666 walking method may help you reach your fitness goals, keep in mind that experts emphasize that continuing to exercise, not following an exact formula, is what matters most. Any workout that people do and keep doing is effective. Okay, I repeat, any workout. Just keep doing it. It's effective. But it's fun. We've talked a lot on this podcast about different things. And sometimes there's health fads. And I'm not a huge fan of all the TikTok stuff that comes out and all the dumb things people are doing. They're drinking fucking detergent or whatever. And people are dying. Kids are dying on TikTok doing dumb stuff for the craft. You got to give them some props. They're dying for the fucking views. It's just nuts. It's absolutely crazy. The internet is killing us. It's killing us in many, many ways. So if you feel like doing that fucking 666 walk, don't listen to the fucking haters. I want you to do the 666 walk right before church on Sunday. I want you to march in there proud. Because if I'm going to hell, it's going to be with 30 less pounds. Guys, we got to talk about. Oh my God, I totally forgot to do the birthday segment. Pam Kershwitz from Poland sent me a message and said, where is the birthdays? I missed them. So here they are. Okay, so we are on August the 30th today. August the friggin' 30th. It's the end of summer, guys. And these people, you have a birthday at the end. It's always got a feeling to it. You know what I mean? Cameron Diaz. Cameron Diaz is 53 today. Remember when we all fell in love with Cameron Diaz and The Mask? Oh my God. Eldon Henson is 48. Do you remember Eldon? Eldon Henson? Do you remember? He was that brooding guy with the slap shot in Mighty Ducks. That's all I've ever seen him in, I think. Michael Chiklis is 62. I feel like I haven't done enough of Michael Chiklis gander at his catalog, you know? I'd never watched The Shield, but I'm open to it. Julian Richings is 69. He looks like some type of bird. You would know him. He's very bird-like, stork-like. I think he's British, but he's pretty much worked in Canada his whole career. My friend Kayla did a short with him years ago. It was very weird. David Paymer is 71. Looks like a guy I grew up with named Chris Eula. David Paymer is 71. He's a character actor. You'd fucking know him to see him. You'd know him to see him. I think he's played about 1 million lawyers. He's been 1 million lawyers, you know? What else we got today? Lewis Black, 77. The stand-up comic. The angry man. He's an angry man, folks. 77. Holy shit, man. He's getting old. His parents were super old, so don't worry. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere for a good amount of time, I would imagine. Timothy Bottoms? That sounds like a fake name. He's 74. Happy birthday. You know, that's pretty much it. But you know what? On August 30th, I looked up some stuff that's happened on this beautiful day of August 30th. And I don't know if you guys remember, but it was on this day that Princess Diana died. Yeah, technically tonight, 2 in the morning is when she actually shuffled off this mortal coil. But I think Dodie at least died on the 30th. Anyways, it's been 28 years, guys. Can you believe this shit? 28 fucking... It's gonna be 30 years soon. Oh my God, it's just one of those moments you remember, you know? I was just about to start grade 8, you know, that last year before high school. We were all excited. And then I didn't think I was gonna be going through high school without Princess Di. And what do you fucking know? I did. I fucking did. I would say the other fantastic thing that happened on this day is Ty Cobb made his debut for the Detroit Tigers in 1905. Now, why am I telling you a Ty Cobb stat? Because when I was in grade 6, I wrote a speech about Ty Cobb and why he was the greatest baseball player of all time. And my dad helped me a lot, and I got to go to the finals at the school. I lost to a guy who did a speech about lizards. And, it still fucking stings. Shall we go on? Okay, back to the other shit, right? You remember remember that? Yeah, let's get back to the Okay, so people have I've just been I was taking a little gander to some of my early work on IMDb. The more I go on to show. You remember that? Show. It has the worst ratings on IMDb. Everything that my friends have done in Canada, some of them have had their own shows. Some of them have had their own daily show. They all have the worst IMDb, a 3 out of 10 average at best. All these shows. I probably know 5 to 10 people who've had their own television shows, and they all are rated so bad. Why do people get IMDb accounts just to write the reviews? Nobody cares about IMDb reviews, right? Isn't it all about Letterboxd or something now? What the fuck? I just couldn't believe it when I saw it. It was such an exciting time in my life. I was 20 years old, and I got to go on TV nationally for the first time. And I thought we were doing such funny, weird stuff. And then I find out that it's got a 3 out of 10 on IMDb. Ah! That's why I don't read your reviews. Laurence Olivier, it's not the bad reviews you want to forget, it's the good ones. He said something like that. This is kind of past now. This is a bit older, but the final, this is going back to the old podcast too, folks. Strap in for a little basketball talk. The Chris Boucher signed with another team, signed with the Boston Celtics. We officially have no players left from the championship team of 2019 on the Toronto Raptors. And Masai Ujiri is gone. The mastermind, the architect, the presidente, gone. Bobby Webster is apparently taken over the role without actually being promoted. It's like, you're just going to do more work and not get the, I don't know. It's all fucking crazy now that Rodgers owns everything. But yeah, it's a sad time to think of that team, man. Forever we'll be talking if that fucking Kawhi just stayed. Kawhi Leonard, if you stayed one more year, we have 2 or 3 more cups, champions, Larry O'Brien's. It's too bad. It's too fucking bad. I think we definitely would have won that bubble one for sure. For sure. That bullshit bubble one, that LeBron one. That was his last one. Sucker, you're done, bro. Nothing but love for LeBron James. He's my age. Nothing but love. And he's still playing. He's making $50 million a year. And he's 40. He's turning 41 this season. He makes $50 million. Could you imagine being... That's how good he is, man. How many 40-year-olds in any league get paid that much? Maybe Messi? He's close to 40. I think he's like 38, 39. He deserves it. Ronaldo. Fuck, 40 in professional sports. Holy fuck. It's crazy, guys. Speaking of basketball, we're going to switch over. Now, look, I don't watch the WNBA. It's nothing against women. I love women. I'm an ally. I just, it's another sport to get into. Doesn't matter if it's male or female. I just got into the Premier League. I don't have space in my mind for another goddamn sport. But I do follow it, just like I follow the Blue Jays or whatever. Like I'm a lover of all sports and I'll read the news. And there's a real dildo gate going on now in the WNBA where there's people throwing dildos on the court. And this is all through, they're trying to get more money for the players. The players want to be paid more. And the response is, well, the fans are going to throw dildos at you. That's what they think. Apparently, I haven't looked much into it, but the WNBA doesn't make any money. Apparently, it loses a lot of money. So I guess it's, I don't really understand it. I don't understand it, but I do think they should make more. And as much as you hate it, as dumb as it is, this dildo gate just gets more eyes on the sport, and that's what you want right now. You go through a period where people pull your pants down and laugh and point, and then they start to respect you. They start to respect you, and that's where the WNBA will get. It will get there. There'll be other players coming and going, and it'll be big. These, these players are at the front lines. They got to sacrifice a little bit. So yeah, they're still in the phase of people are making fun of it and think it's crap and think they can't make shots and blah blah blah. But I got nothing but love for it. And if you like the WNBA, if it's something you want to get into, then check out The Pickup, which is Freddie's other podcast, which he told me is his true passion. And he doesn't want to talk about the Raptors anymore, only with friends, quietly. But his passion on the mic, women, balls. So check out The Pickup. Last thing I'll say, just a quick review of the Biggest Loser doc on Netflix. It's a fitness doc. I feel like I got to talk about it. I never watched The Biggest Loser. Like, it's early fucking reality. Like, the early 2000s. This is like, when all when it was just haywire. Like, everything was getting a reality show. in the early 2000s when I was in college. My fucking program that I took in college almost got turned into a reality show. We almost got sold to some reality show. We would have like been paying to be on a reality show. And like we would have signed terrible contracts, I'm sure. None of us would have been paid. We'd have this stink on us. Like this, it would have turned this clown college into a fucking TV show, and it would have been terrible. But they didn't move ahead with it, thank God. And like we were all really against reality TV at that time. Like everybody was worried, actors, people getting into acting, that they're going to lose jobs because it just made so much sense. And I was very against reality TV for a long time. But that's changed. Now I kind of love reality TV. I respect the Bravo franchise, what they're doing over there. I don't really like it, but I can't look away when my wife's watching it. I like to know what's going on. I like the gossip, and yeah, it's tapped into something. And like everybody fucking watches that shit. Big into Survivor, love Traders. Some good shows. Fuck it. It's fun. And you know what? That's the problem. Nobody wants to watch fucking movies or TV like they used to. It's just sad. Sad. But The Biggest Loser doc anyway. See, I keep getting... Oh, man, it's like... I feel like it's like me fucking talking about that fucking Demon Walk. It keeps getting me sidetracked. The Biggest Loser doc was fucked up. I never watched that show. Really fucking weird. It just seemed like, yeah, making a... turning fat people into clowns. And, you know, there's healthy ways to lose weight, and gamifying it is fine. And I like to gamify things, but that was like a fucking weird Squid Game torture shit for fat people. Like making them all like go in a room full of donuts, being like, whoever eats the most gets the most calories, gets a free like one-on-one with the trainer. What? Huh? That's so fucking dumb. Then they have to weigh in at the end of the week. It's like, oh, fuck, you're like 2 pounds heavier. Oh, I wonder why. I guess my one-on-one with Bob Harper or that crazy right-wing lesbian didn't help me lose weight in 30-minute workout. Oh my God. It's just insane that they did that. And all the people that won that show gained the weight back because they didn't have any fucking thing to help them after they left the show. So they were on their own. And as I've talked before in the podcast, there's, I don't know, a couple years ago I talked about it, but there was some science about how they're doing studies into brain damage into obese people, that when they become obese, it's like something breaks in the brain and they like can't tell when they're full anymore. It's like something's gone. And anyway, that's that. Guys, I hope you had a good summer. I hope you went to the X and got a fucking cronut or something. Because it's over. And you know I've talked about this before. It fucking ends in fucking September. Okay? Like, we're not doing this. Whatever. Soft summer, the first couple weeks, fine. But it ain't the same, right? Because it's back to school. The buses are going to be fucking around, stopping. Kids are going to be all fucking jacked. Summer's over. But I love you. And I'll see you on that Karnchana podcast in a couple weeks. Episode 132. Take care. Make sure to check my links in the description for any of the health news. You can read it yourself and the fun pictures that I link to other stuff too.